Ag Bioscience, the #1 ag tech podcast globally, is now available on video. Hear from leaders and innovators across food, animal health, plant science, ag tech, and agriculture. Mondays at 6 a.m. on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. While you're there, subscribe and leave us a review. It's the Ag Bioscience Podcast with Agronovis Indiana. Get more information at agronovisindiana.com.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio on demand for Thursday, August 20th, 2026. I'm Gary Dick. The $102 million Innovation Grove District continues to take shape at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology in Terre Haute. On Inside Indiana Business Television, Rose President Rob Coons said the project's first phase, the new home of Rose-Hulman Ventures on campus, is nearly complete.
We'll be able to actually complete the building by the end of this calendar year and move Rose-Hulman Ventures into that space in January.
Future phases of the district include a $30 million outpatient surgery center that is being developed in partnership with the Indiana Joint Replacement Institute and Terre Haute-based Union Health. A new manufacturing company is launched in Marshall County and is already looking to grow. VTech Conversions, which produces mobile workspaces for infrastructure projects, is investing $2.5 million to begin operations in Plymouth, with plans to create up to 25 jobs by the end of 2028. Carmel-based Goodin Development and the city of Kokomo are marking the opening of the Elwood, a $26 million mixed-use development on the city's southeast side. The project, plans for which have been in the works since 2024, includes 114 one- and two-bedroom apartments and 3,000 square feet of commercial space. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Thanks for listening to this IBJ Media podcast. You're probably going to remember this ad. Do you know why? Podcast advertising works. 85% of listeners recalled hearing an ad during a podcast, and 70% of podcast listeners have acted after hearing an ad. So whether you're looking to be heard across the entire IBJ Media Podcast Network, sponsor one of our shows, or just start with a 30-second ad, IBJ Media can help. Contact advertise@ibj.com to learn more.
Officials say Indiana is narrowing in on the creation of a statewide framework that will help facilitate a regionalized approach to water oversight and management.
Speaking at White River Alliance's Indiana Water Summit on Wednesday in Indianapolis, Indiana Secretary of Energy and Natural Resources Suzanne Jaworowski said a series of studies on the state's various watersheds by the Indiana Finance Authority are all nearly complete. The studies, which began in 2018, will help inform the creation of a framework mandated by Governor Mike Braun in an executive order last year that focuses on regional water planning for economic development. Nearly 500 people attended workshops to contribute to the creation of the framework, Jaworowski said. Most participants favored the creation of regional planning groups based on natural watershed boundaries, though some challenges remain, including utilities having service territories that span multiple watersheds. She said the role of Indiana's existing river basin commissions and watershed development commissions would also need to be better defined with the regional framework. The executive order also required a strategy to improve water monitoring networks, which includes the creation of a centralized online platform. Jaworowski said so far, the State Department of Natural Resources has identified a priority list of about 200 recommendations for monitoring sites that would use stream and lake gauges, groundwater monitoring wells, and weather stations. Alex Brown, Inside Indiana Business Radio.
The Metropolitan Development Commission on Wednesday unanimously approved a data center moratorium for Indianapolis through the end of 2027. The vote was the final step in a months-long local discussion that followed a consistent drumbeat from anti-data center advocates calling for a pause as well as deeper research into the new technology. Indianapolis joins a flurry of other communities in limiting data center development. The mayor of Louisville signed a 6-month moratorium just last week, and Jeffersonville and Valparaiso have also passed similar proposals. This is Gary Dick for Inside Indiana Business Radio on Demand.